welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Palmer and I want to take you on an adventure to go and find all of the species of butterfly in the UK. I'm filming this in my wildlife garden and I'm going to show you around my wildlife garden in a moment and hopefully start to see some of the wonderful insect life, including butterflies, that we have here. But meanwhile, I'm going to sit back and enjoy a cup of tea. Cheers.
Hi there, welcome back to my garden, and I thought I'd show you round from the top downwards. I've split the garden up into different garden rooms, trying to attract as many different animals and insect life in particular as possible. So this is what we affectionately refer to as the top decking. Thank you. This is affectionately what we call the top decking, and I've divided this up into a little garden space where we can sit and have a little cup of tea. It's quite nice in the winter because this is north facing and the rest of the garden gets quite wet and damp and cold in the winter, so it's quite a nice cosy space to have a cup of tea on a dry winter's day. I've got a little oak tree growing here. That was self-seeded by some squirrels or jays who popped that in a pot and then didn't remember to come back for it. And just got some pots planted up today with a variety of different pollinator-friendly plants, including things like cosmos and rudbeckia. This is a bench that I made myself using a palette, and just painted it up, and I've got some beautiful honeysuckle behind which the bees love. And down here, this is the lower upper decking, and again another garden space. Got some sweet peas which the bees will love, growing some onions for the first time, and got some nasturtiums coming up which I'm hoping will attract one of our butterfly species we're looking for, the cabbage white butterfly. We had caterpillars here last year, so fingers crossed. And we're going to go down now to the lower decking, and sorry about that, that's Freya. You're joking again. Were you joking? Come then. And you found your stick. Have you found your stick? Yeah, it's not really a stick, is it? Okay. So, welcome back to the lower decking, and now I introduced you to this area earlier. This is a gazebo that I made about 5 years ago. It stood the test of time pretty well. My wonderful husband put this polycarbonate roofing on, and we've got lighting on here, but we only put the lighting on when we're down here, because actually having garden lighting is not that great for insects, particularly moth species and other nocturnal species of insect. And this is the garden bed that I made out of some pallets. I think I've said that earlier. And got some waterproof cushions. This is a bench that was given to me as a leaving gift from a job. It's absolutely beautiful handmade bench. It's a treasured possession of mine. And it's the only kind of area which doesn't have any planted up areas. We've obviously got some hedgerow. We've got the honeysuckle which will grow down and smells amazing. It's a little bit behind the times because we've had very, very little rain this spring. And if we're going down, this is, lots of people do no-mow May. I do no-mow May, June, July, August, September, etc. I will trim this back, but probably not till August. So I've planted a couple of hawthorns. Our neighbours have a row of leylandii, so I've cut them back and trying to introduce native species like hawthorn and hazel on this side, along with the honeysuckle, which is the bees are finding very popular. You see that white-tailed bumbler cole. So as we go down the decking steps, beep beep, beep beep, good boy. So again, this is another garden room. This is where we let the dogs out to have a wee. At the moment, it's a little bit of a work in progress. The nettle patch has gone crazy this year. It's because I cleared all the brambles. I did clear all the brambles, look, but they come back so quick. But nettles are really, really great for certain species of butterfly, so I'm hoping that will encourage us to see as many of the British species in this garden as possible. That's what I'm aiming for. And if we come down here, this is where the bird feeder is. But also, if we look over here, I planted a couple of seedling buddleia about 2 years ago, and they've grown out really well. As I said, it's a north-facing garden, so we won't get loads and loads of flowers, but we'll get enough to kind of attract some butterflies to this area. And we'll go down into this area here. This is the area that's most in need of development. And inevitably I get started in this area and then something happens which requires my attention elsewhere, at work or what have you. But I did dig a really, really big garden pond down here. Got oak saplings, ash, hazel, and along here we've got a hazel, a rowan tree, there's a cherry, there's more hazel, there's a field maple and a holly tree, and of course we've got very lucky to have this ancient oak here down in the end of the garden, which has got a tree preservation order on it. And this big pond took me months and months and months to dig out. It's pretty deep, it's over 1 metre deep, and it's stepped, and you can't really see that because it's got, obviously it's so full of water, and some of the water level's gone down because, as I said, we've had very little rain. But this is the reason why we've got so many small red damselflies in the garden. And just had a little look to see if we've got any visitors tonight. I usually see the frogs in the middle of the day if they're sticking their snouts out. And if you want to see the newts, you have to come down late at night after the sun's gone down. So the plan is to put another gazebo up here so that we can watch the pond life and have a bit of a fire pit going. That's why there's weed membrane down around that area. And there's kind of wood for the fire there. And I've got plans to use some of this wood from one of the branches. This oak dropped one of its branches, which is something common that oaks do, but it was, you know, if somebody had been underneath, it would have killed them, and goodness knows it was over a ton of oak wood. I've got some of it standing up there because that's really great for insects, deadwood standing. And we've got some down here, but I'm hoping to kind of put that together and make a loggery or something in the future. So that's kind of the main areas in our back garden. And hopefully, as we progress through the next 2 years, I'll be able to film some of the 58 species of butterfly that we can find here in the UK. What are you doing there, Freya? Be careful. Yeah. But Stanley, look. I am too scared to come down there. He just waits at the top. He's such a good boy. You're not adventurous, are you? You're not an adventurous boy. No. Come on then, Freya. This way. Come on. You've been oofing and boofing. That's the way. That's the way. Oh, I think I'll sit here and enjoy a bit more of the evening. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we will. Yeah.